So to start with, I will start with the questions to the panelists. First, let's understand what are the challenges in the Indian manufacturing industry today in terms of whether do we really have access?
Not, completely. So whenever we talk about new technologies, we do need new technologies, don't mistake me. We need to see it with relevance to what we are doing, right? And what is this technology that we talk about, that we need? Do we really need it because everybody says there is a new technology? Or do we really need it? I'll give you a couple of examples. See, I work in the field of implementing lean manufacturing. And what we actually do is we try to take away everything that is not required in an organization. We try to simplify it. In most of the cases, we do this in a manual process, even visually, without using technology. Why do we do that? Simple reason. The question is, who should really run a manufacturing organization? Who should run a manufacturing company? Should it be the managing director? Should it be, the set of senior managers? Should it be the supervisors? Who should actually run a manufacturing organization? The real answer is the workmen, the operators should run a manufacturing organization. There should be absolutely no intervention from anybody else whatsoever. Now, when an order comes in, the order needs to be translated into a finished product. And this entire process should be completely controlled and executed by the workmen. This doesn't mean the rest of them become redundant. They have a different role to play. When they don't play that role, they become an interference in the process of manufacturing. And this causes problems. And so you try to look for solutions. And technology becomes one of those, because we don't know, and so we hope there will be a solution, right? This is lean manufacturing. We talk of value addition. Now, who adds value in a manufacturing organization? It is always the operators who convert raw material from one stage to another. The rest of them are, let's say, a non-direct value-adding, people. We classify this as the more you have of this fat, the more your organization is going to become expansive. So if you really start questioning this, and if you really start looking at, what a manufacturing company really needs to do in terms of challenges, simplify your business process. Most companies in India, we have inherited a lot from the West, whether it is the US or whether it is Europe. This is not today, but I'm talking from way back, in the 50s onwards. We have learned everything from there. We still tend to duplicate without really understanding or realizing or thinking through, do we need to do it just that way? Or is there a better way? And what happens with this is, we try to find localized solutions. We talk of quality a lot, but when we face a problem, we try to solve that problem in an isolated way. We solve a problem, we think we have made an improvement. We would have solved a problem, no doubt, but we think we have made an improvement. will it impact the balance sheet? Will it tell on the balance sheet? Will it reduce your cost? 99 out of 100 times, no. Why? Because the thinking is different. So, when we simplify, what do we actually do? We actually become more efficient. Why do we become more efficient? Because when we simplify, we remove all that is not required. And when we remove all that is not required, we tend to become, or we actually become more productive. When we become more productive, our quality automatically increases. Quality is like a byproduct of productivity. So, we do need new technologies. I don't say no. We do need new technologies, but we need to think through what do we need as new technology, where can we use the new technology. Now, if we have, let's say, Bangalore builds a lot of machine tools, so let's take a machine tool example. Now, if we design and build a machine tool, and if we use this concept of digitalization into it, and we can know when something is going to actually fail. When is, a motor going to fail, or when is a bearing going to fail, or when is a lubrication going to fail, or when something is going to fail. When is my machine going to stop? If we can know this and build it into a design and, advantage the customer, yes, that would be an advantage, right? So we need to think through this and use what is appropriate for our business process to satisfy our customer.
Yeah, that's correct. That's a good observation. Yeah. Mr. Bert Pangalkar, you have some points to add.
Yeah, talking about technology and product development, and see, one of the things that I have seen over many decades now in India, when there is a tool, we don't use a tool as a tool should be used. We become a tool to the tool. I don't know why. Take ERP or SAP or Oracle, for example. I mean, there are any number of companies which have become a, tool to this ERP. Everybody thought when it comes in, we are going to implement this and all our problems are going to go away. Sridhar here can tell you how many years they took to get good at it. It's the case with so many organizations. Technology is a tool. We need to use technology where we need it. We need to be able to decide what technology we require and where to use it and how. Because anything that we do which calls for some investment means money goes in. We got to ask ourselves, how is this going to benefit our customer? Is it going to benefit our customer? Am I going to deliver better value? Am I going to become faster? Am I going to become better? Am I going to gain any competitive advantage out of it? If we don't use a tool as a tool and we become a tool, then everything becomes a burden and it goes, the wrong way. We can use, we heard Anil talk so beautifully about simulation. Now, this is something good which companies can use in, product development. This is also not new. It's been going on for decades now. If I give you the example of Toyota, a car company would take about 5 years to bring in a new model at one time. Toyota broke this glass ceiling. They were able to do it in 3 years. They told the other car companies how to do it, and everybody began to do it that way. Toyota broke the ceiling again and did it in 2 years. And now they have come down to a year and a half. And today, not today, I mean, they have been working on this for the last so many years. They have been trying to develop a car that they can perfect on the computer screen, which is nothing but using all the ideas that Anil talked about today. So it's great to use such technology when we are developing products so that we can cut the development cycle time and bring the product to the market faster, in a better, more perfect way, that it will not fail. But let me ask you, do we always need to rely on technology, or can we also find other ways? I'll give you an example which goes back to the early 90s. We were faced with this problem in Mysore Kirloskar. One day, we had to close the factory because we were not able to sell our machine. There was no buyer, almost. So we did a market survey, and out of this came an answer. Customers told us, your products are too expensive. So we had to scrap, on one day we had to scrap all our products, A to Z, and develop completely new designs. With a closed factory, no product to produce, going back to the drawing board before we had the CAD and CAM stuff. This was on manual engineering drawing boards. We went to work, we developed new products. Now, when we develop a new product, we need to go through the development cycle. So, developing new products means developing new patterns, new castings, new forgings, new assemblies, testing them, trying them out, getting every single process of every single component in place, and then building the machines, taking them to the customers and selling them, and then being back in business. Do you know how much time this took us? Complete manual process from scratch, from day one, when we went to the drawing board and started what we had to do, to the day we were able to take the machines to the market overseas, because we were largely export oriented, and sell them. Not one product, but 28 machines, 28 products, simultaneously done, start to finish, 100 days. So, do you always need technology? This was done manually. So, my only caution is, don't become a tool to technology. Use technology where, you have to use it.
Yes, that's what I think, yeah.
Nicely said that innovation doesn't need technology. Innovation is a human being done by them.